Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today I'm going to bring you my hero deck list for the current format. Now, I did post a hero deck list not too long ago, but that had a custom ban list that made some real changes to the deck. So I'm going to give you a more standardised deck for this format, and I'm going to tell you why we play the cards we play. Guys, please be sure to like the video, please be sure to subscribe to join Team Tally if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down in the comment section telling me what you think about the deck. Now let's dive in. Okay, so starting off with our main deck, we're of course going to run the best of boys. We're going to run free Stratos. Now, Stratos is of course the best card in the deck, like maybe unironically the best elemental hero at the very least. He's a good starter, he's a good extender, he can help you close games, he can help you pop off. Alright, Stratos being able to pop back row as well is also incredibly relevant in pretty much most formats because there's a hell of a lot of rogue decks out there that like to set some back row. So we run free Stratos, there's no debating on that. Next we have 2 Liquid Soldier. The reason that we play 2 Liquid Soldier is because this is very much a going first build and you're always going to use Liquid Soldier going first. And you're going to want to reuse it sometimes, and the deck doesn't really have a lot of recursion, so running 2 increases your chances of opening it up, and it also means that you can use its revival effect later on in the game to help you close out the game. That draw 2 is incredibly important, and we always try and go for it on our first turn. Shadow Mist is also the absolute queen. Of course, she's going to search you out pretty much any hero when she's sent to the graveyard, and there's a combo with Liquid Soldier and Shadow Mist to guarantee you a Dark Claw, which is amazing in this format. Not very many decks can play through Dark Claw, plus some interruptions, so of course we want to turbo out Dark Claw as quickly as we can. And for our final elemental hero, we are running Honest Neos. Now, Honest Neos allows you to beat over things, he allows you to punch very, very hard, and of course, going second, it pretty much helps you close out games with Trinity or Bane. Now, we don't want to go second too much with this deck, but when you have to, Honest Neos is always a good grab, and if you have an extra search, it's always better to grab Honest Neos early than later anyway. We're not running Solid Soldier because it's a very hand trap heavy format as well. A lot of the combo decks are able to run hand traps, and if your Solid Soldier gets hand trapped, it's kind of game over, right? You need a lot of extenders after that point, and if you don't have the best hand, well, that's not great. For our Vision heroes, we have 3 Faris, of course, because he is a good boy. We have 2 Increase, because Faris fetches are increased, but you don't want to open just the 1, because of course that would ruin it if you only used 1. And of course we have the Vion as well. Again, we run it 3-2-2, because your engine kind of dies if you're only running 1 Increase and 1 Vion, and you open either of them. So essentially, if you don't know what it does, Faris will get you Increase in your Spell and Trap Zone, the Increase will then tribute a hero, and it will get you Vion. Vion is going to send a hero to the deck and grab you a Poly as well. Shadow Mist is one of the cards that you can send to the graveyard, and depending on what you've already done, if you've normal summoned, you can search with it. If you haven't normal summoned, then you want to save that search because you want to go for the Liquid Soldier reviving Shadow Mist. Another card that it's amazing to send is Mali. Now, we are running 2 Mali because it's only legal at 2, but of course 2 Mali is better than no Mali, and of course Mali is incredible because you get to extend Malicious. He's a good boy, very good boy. And of course we are running more Destiny heroes than the last profile I did, so we are running Dynatag and we are running Decider. Okay, so overall, these guys are incredible because they allow you to pop off with Fusion Destiny, which I really did miss when I was playing the Reddit non-meta tournament. Okay, so Dynatag allows your Fusion Destiny to be live and give you a live Dystopia, and of course Decider, because we're playing a going first build, if you grab that guy off of Cross Crusader, it allows you to recur a hero, so it actually does allow you to get some more follow-up plays for your next turn, which of course this deck is kind of set up a decent board turn 1 with Dark Claw, a couple of traps, and then you want to kill them on the turn 3, don't let your opponent get momentum. Then, helping us kill our opponent, we are going to run 1 evil hero, a Dusted Gold. He's going to search out our Dark Calling and make a Bane with pretty much most of our deck, because we've got the Faris, we've got the Mali, and we've got the Dynatag to use for our Bane. And that's our main deck, guys, that is our main deck heroes. Let's move on to our spells and traps. Okay, now for our spells and traps, we are going to be able to see a lot of what we want to see very easily because we run them at free. We're of course running free Mask Change because Mask Change is like the crux of the deck. Okay, all of your best plays require Mask Change going into Dark Claw, going into your board wipes. You always want to have Mask Change available, so we're running it at free. Another card you want to have available as an extender or even just a game finisher is Fusion Destiny. We're running it at free because you want to draw into it nice and early, and you want to get it as soon as you can so that you have Dystopia available for more interaction on your opponent's turn. And then of course we want to have as much searching as possible, so we run free E Emergency Call. It's a non-once per turn searcher for an E hero, which is going to be your Stratos, Liquid Soldier, Honest Neos, or Shadow Mist. Okay. And then we have a Hero Lives, where if you control no monsters, you can summon one elemental hero from your deck for the cost of 4,000 life points, or half your life points, but you're usually using this as early as you can, so it's going to be like 4,000. Okay, that's going to allow you to get a free Stratos. It's also going to allow you to get a free Mask Change off of Shadow Mist because you're special summoning it from the deck. We have one Medical Fusion, we have Polymerization, and we have Dark Calling. Essentially, you're going to use all of these in a game. Okay, you don't want to draw any of them, which is the unfortunate part of Heroes. It does run some bricks. You don't want to draw any of them, but Medical Fusion you search off of Sunrise, Poly you search off of Ion, and Dark Calling you search off of a Dusted Gold, so they are easily accessible whenever you want them. Now, you're going to tend to use this for like Absolute Zero, Poly is going to go into Sunrise most times, Dark Calling is just for Evil Heroes, so it's just for your Bane. Okay. Next for our traps, I run a very trap heavy build because I think Dark Claw plus traps in this format is pretty tough to beat, especially if your Dark Claw is backed up with an Honest Neos. That way you can protect it through negation, and you can also protect it through battle as well. So we have 3 Infinite Impermanence, which is a pretty nifty hand trap, so if you are forced to go second, you can of course just disrupt your opponent's combo whilst they're playing. And then of course if you're going first, it has that extra advantage where you can set it and then it will block off spells and traps in that column if it was set. And we're also playing free Solemn Judgment, because of course we don't like spells, right? Lightning Storm as a card, we don't want to go up against that. Dark Ruler No More as a card, we want to be able to negate that. And of course it also negates summons, so we want to be able to stop our opponents in our tracks, and if they have a normal summon reliant deck, they are done for. And then we're finishing it off with free Solemn Strike for pretty much all of the same reasons as above. It is special summons only, but that's fine. If you want to Dark Claw them with Solemn Strike on field and you hit a key extender, then you've pretty much guaranteed a win already. So let's move on to the extra deck. Okay, now here's our extra deck. Again, pretty standard, but what I want to talk about is how you play the extra deck, because that's the important part. It's not the cards, it's what you do with them mostly. So, we're of course running our masked heroes. We're running 2 Dark Claw because it's the best masked hero. We're running a Blast because it's so good against back row decks, it's insane. We're running an Anki for those clutch wins where you want to go in and do a bit of damage, get another mask change, set up a Dark Claw, and like either control the board or OTK. And we're running an Acid because Acid is an amazing board wipe along with Absolute Zero. Banishes everything that goes to the graveyard on your opponent's side, and when they search you get to rip a card from their hand. For the cost of 500 life points, it can bounce spells and traps to your opponent's hand, which is again great against rogue back row decks. And when it's summoned, you can of course reduce an opponent's attack points to allow you that easy OTK. Anki can attack directly, and it can search you a mask change if it destroys a card. And Acid is able to blow up back row. So again, these are your very back row heavy hate. Okay, the deck doesn't run a lot natively, it's because it's in the extra deck, which is always pretty nice, saves you main deck space. Now, moving on to our elemental heroes, we have 2. We have Acid and Sunrise. They're a pretty tasty combo, because you go into Sunrise, grab the Medical Fusion, you've probably used Liquid, so you've got an easy Acid anyway, and if you've got a Mask Change, you can go Absolute Zero into Acid, and then Absolute Zero is going to destroy all the monsters on your opponent's side of the field when it's sent to the graveyard, and Acid can blow up all the back row on your opponent's side of the field when it's summoned, so you can use these to blow up your opponent's whole field and OTK. Or do it during your opponent's turn to interrupt them. Speaking of cards that destroy things, we also have a Dystopia. He's just a good boy. I have so missed playing him. Essentially, he just allows you to set up more interaction and more disruption during your opponent's turn. Dystopia being able to quick effect pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field or a spell and trap really does boost the deck ceiling, especially with Dark Claw on field, since you get to really disrupt their plays, and if it is a key extender, then they've just lost out on the ability to go ham. And if we want to close off games really quickly, we do have Trinity, who is a big beefy boy, and there's a reason that we run Trinity that relates to the side deck. And of course we also have Malicious Bane, who is another big beefy boy who is a board wipe, who is able to clear your opponent's field and then go for the kill. It also gets stronger when it does it. And now for our links, we are running 2 Cross Crusader because that's the pretty standard nowadays. It gives you just enough grind game and it gives you first turn plays as well. We're going with Wonder Driver because that's really good at the grind game. You can use your mask changes or your fusion cards early on and still get to use them later. So if you go into Sunrise but you want to go into Trinity later, you can summon to where Wonder Driver points to, set polymerization, and then go ham. Of course, if we want to go for the absolute murder, we go for Dread Decimator, and that'll allow you to pop off just a little bit with some extra attack points and some piercing damage, which is pretty relevant sometimes. And then lastly, this is a bit of a flex spot. You can run pretty much anything here, but I like Cross Sheep because there are situations where I've got 2 monsters on field, I'm not locked into heroes, and I can go Cross Sheep, I can summon Bane or summon a fusion monster under Cross Sheep and revive like a Stratos or revive a Shadow Mist to get another search that allows me to close off the game. So guys, that's the extra deck. I'm not going to talk too much about the side deck because I actually do have a video planned to talk about the hero side deck a lot, and I'm going to talk about a lot of good options for this format. Bring that as soon as we can. If you do want it really soon, make sure to drop a like on the video and comment it down below. But let's take it to the outro. Guys, that is the deck list. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. As always, if you like it, give it a like. If you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you want to join Team Tally, then the subscribe button is down below. Make sure to comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, you've been amazing. I've been Tally. I'll catch you all later. Bye.